Ben 10 Protector of Earth is a true classic with great nostalgic moments and really striking environments. And with a huge number of enemies, honestly it makes us wonder if this could actually be the best Ben 10 game. All I know is that just like it has good things, it also has its bad things. As for the story, it's actually pretty interesting since it focuses on the Omnitrix and a malfunction. What a surprise! This malfunction has left Ben with only 2 aliens, and together with Grandpa Max and Gwen, they'll have to go on an adventure to find the solution. The good thing is that from the very beginning they give us the basics, since we have to find the Omnitrix power crystals, which have been stolen. This is revealed in the first level thanks to the epic showdown against Vilgax's giant robot. It's an awesome mini-boss. Yes, it's important to point out that this is not a boss. This is one of several mini-bosses we face in the game, and the best part is we see it within the first 10 minutes. That's why the battle against this mini-boss is one of the most memorable, since it combines some elements that look awesome. Personally, I really like the quick time events because they reminded me a lot of the game God of War. The fight against the first mini-boss will give us the power crystal and something else.
Check it out! I think it's a piece of the honor.
The power crystals in the video game will help us a lot since they will allow us to unlock aliens and even the Master Control. As for the aliens, we can have up to 5. To Forearms and Heat Blast, we add XLR-8 Cannonball and Wildvine. This gives us 3 of the original aliens and 2 of the unlocked ones. It's nice, but not convincing. The Ben 10 series had us used to seeing a lot of aliens, and in the video game, only seeing 5 left you wanting more. Personally, I would have added 2 more aliens, Diamond Head and Upgrade. Now, talking a bit about the aliens' attacks and the combos they can perform, wow! This game deserves applause. One of the biggest strengths of this game is the large number of combos we can perform with the aliens. And here we can find attacks that we've never seen before in the series, but they serve the same purpose, and any of these aliens could actually do them. Now there are attacks that are also very nostalgic, like the "How can it be so hot?" It can't be that hot. We can find this epic reference in the second boss, which is a giant plant that came from the Null Void with Kevin Levy. Although this plant was not a canon enemy in the series, it did play a big role in the video game since it came to take over several major cities. It was in Seattle where it managed to do this. The plant would take over a skyscraper, and here it would face Ben Tennyson. This is one of the most creative battles since we literally have to break the plant's balls. And what's great about this video game is that every unlocked character is important for the next stage. We were able to unlock Cannonball after defeating the first boss, Enoch's giant robot. Unfortunately, he's another non-canon giant from the series. And I'm not talking about Enoch, I'm talking about the giant robot, because we can find Enoch as a mini-boss. That's a pretty big plus since they introduce us to enemies that could be called bosses, but actually aren't. Among them, we had Vilgax's giant robot, which gives us a small preview of what we'll later have as the first final boss. Kevin 11X, Clancy, and 6Zixix were some of the other mini-bosses. They offered you very balanced battles that let you throw punches left and right. None of these bosses were easy. And you didn't get the damn sword that, oh man, really made you suffer. The battle against Kevin got super hard when that bastard started flying. The one I remember suffering the most against was X. He had a lot of long-range attacks. On top of that, he could vanish when you were landing some good hits on him. Clancy was the weakest of all of them, although his difficulty went up a bit when he got covered in insects. Still, this enemy wasn't important at all. The one that was really a pain if you left him in the air too long was 6-6. Since he had a small collection of the other mini-bosses' attacks, the creators know this was one of the toughest parts of the game. So in a secret level, in the Null Void, they invite you to fight all of them in a row, and when it comes to stages, you actually cover a lot of ground. From the Grand Canyon and these jumping traps where you almost always died, Area 51 where we came across the terrible story that they were experimenting on aliens, all the way to Mount Rushmore where you could break the president's nose. Each stage was designed with a level of detail that was very eye-catching for its time. Just look at the roots of the plant that had come from the null void, or the rocks that simply float in this same place. A key point is that the character's essence remained intact throughout the video game.
Hey, look! I can move my nose so fast you can't see it!
The plot gives us funny moments, but it doesn't forget the main thing, the story.
Yeah, I'm a mean green butt-kicking machine.
Of course, that plant monster must have been charged up by Wildvine's DNA. This can't all be a coincidence. Why are all of our bad memories suddenly coming back to haunt us?
Unfortunately, the evidence all points to one individual.
Why am I surrounded by utter incompetence? I give up the valuable crystals I stole from the Omnitrix so that the Tennyson boy would be destroyed. And the miserable peons that I so generously entrusted with those crystals are unable to do anything but fail me. You, however, have done well. Retrieving the null void projector was invaluable. Simply return to me the final item I need to complete my plans, and you will have both the Omnitrix and the boy to do with what you will.
And that's because Ghostfreak appears as the third boss of the game. Thanks to Ghostfreak's help, Vilgax now has the projector. With it, he has managed to open small portals on Earth to begin its destruction, although his real plan is much bigger, well, literally. He plans to open a gigantic portal with which he can absorb the entire Earth into the null void. Ben will first have to defeat Ghostfreak in a fight that personally I never really liked. This was a two-phase fight. In the first phase, you had to weaken Ghostfreak, who in the middle of the battle would take over the bodies of his allies. The only way to defeat him was with a reference to the original series, a bit of sunlight. The second phase was pretty disappointing since there wasn't any final fight. Now, before reaching the final boss, we ran into Dr. Animo, where we had to be pretty agile to defeat him. The battle itself wasn't difficult, but it was pretty annoying. After all this, we reached the fifth and final boss, Vilgax. Here, it's more than clear that this is an extremely epic battle. This gave us a multi-phase fight where all the aliens had to be used. At this point, it's worth mentioning that Ben had recovered several of his aliens and the Master Control, which made the battle simply smooth and fun. In summary, Ben 10 Protector of Earth is one of the best Ben 10 games. Now, there are many more Ben 10 games. I would love to cover them in this format. If you would like this too, don't forget to let me know by giving the video a like. I hope this video can reach 5,000 likes so I can summarize the whole video game saga. And along the way, find out which is the best Ben 10 game. That's all from me. I'm Frio10mil, and I'll see you next time.
Goodbye.